When you first look at this thing, do you subconsciously think it looks a lot like a sanitary pad? That's right. This is a monster produced by nature in its early days, using an extremely bizarre shape to fool your eyes into thinking it is nothing more than a sanitary pad. But it would not treat you as gently as a sanitary pad would. Its teeth are unbelievably strange. They are all long, groove-like structures. Scientists speculate that it had at least 3 rows of these groove-filled teeth. There is another even stranger phenomenon. Why is it that even though it was clearly a soft-bodied animal, it was still able to form fossils? Isn't that weird? The megalodon was made entirely of cartilage. After it died, all it left behind in the ocean were its huge teeth, because even cartilage does not turn into fossils. So how could a soft-bodied animal like this still become fossilized? Hello everyone, I'm Ancient Craft Creator. In this episode, I'll take you to learn about a product of the Cambrian explosion of life, Odontogryphus. In that chaotic ocean of the Cambrian, too many secrets were hidden, and everything was shrouded in mist. Odontogryphus was a crawling seafloor animal. It moved along the seabed 500 million years ago. The key point is, scientists have already studied it for decades, and they still have not figured out exactly what kind of creature it was. Scientists are not even sure whether it had a head or feet. They are not even sure whether it had eyes. But within the mollusk family, the overwhelming majority of members do have heads, like the snails and octopuses we are familiar with. So scientists believe it may have had a head and sensory organs. In simple terms, it may have had eyes. But we should note that this is only scientists' speculation. There is no public record confirming that it did. One thing that does seem believable is this. It may have been the oldest ancestor of all mollusks. In other words, the squid and octopus you eat today may all have evolved from this pad-like creature. What is terrifying is the way it fed. It used its foot to anchor itself to rocks on the seafloor. Then from its ring-shaped mouth, it extended a radula shaped like a row of staggered blades. This radula was like a conveyor belt covered with tiny teeth. By moving back and forth, it scraped the algae clinging tightly to the rock surface. In the end, those scraped-off bits of algae were swallowed into its mouth, completing the feeding process. This process was extremely efficient and sophisticated. The radula is a signature organ of mollusks. Many modern mollusks still use it today. And Odontogryphus proves that as early as more than 500 million years ago, this ingenious feeding method had already appeared in the ocean. What's more, each row of its teeth had 24 blade-like teeth. When a tooth naturally fell out, a new one immediately grew in from inside. And those old teeth that fell out were swallowed and eaten by the animal itself. But we keep saying it was a soft-bodied animal. So how exactly did it become fossilized? That really is bizarre. Faced with this unbelievable situation, scientists speculate that on the Cambrian seafloor about 500 million years ago, after an Odontogryphus died, it was likely rapidly buried by sediments brought in by a sudden storm-driven flow. This cut it off from the oxygen-rich seawater above the seafloor and also protected it from scavengers. Deep within the sediment that buried it was an oxygen-poor world. There, decomposers that needed oxygen to survive, especially oxygen-consuming bacteria, could not function. As a result, the decay of its soft tissues was greatly slowed down. But was that really the case? What do you think? No matter what, it is living proof of how the tree of life began to branch more than 500 million years ago. It is an ancient blueprint that allows us to glimpse the earliest design concept of the mollusk family. It is also a profound prophecy, telling us that the many astonishing forms of mollusks in today's oceans all began with one simple idea: using a toothed tongue to scrape food off rocks. Because that method is still being used to this day.